Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to the Moe and O photo show. My name is Omar Gonzalez.
And I am Moe Morales.
Watch this, I can fade it out, watch.
This boy got
that was
skills.
that was terrible. Hey guys, we are back together, but apart because of our friends at Riverside. Mo, what is Riverside?
Riverside is an amazing online app that allows you to create super high dynamic range, super high HD output as far as when you do a Zoom-like meeting, but you can record both ends at super high quality.
Yeah, we're being recorded at 1080p, and we did it last time, and I didn't get to play with this little studio, which we have here. Here, I'll show you. There's like little effects you can have. Did you hear that?
That was nice.
And you can kind of, if your co-host isn't that funny, you could just throw in some laughs there.
I don't know what he means by that. It's very disrespectful.
Yeah, but Riverside lets Mo and I record
from the comforts of our own home.
Yeah, and while we're recording, it's uploading up to the web, which is nice, and it's backing it up. And we've tried Zoom, we've tried Skype, but the quality is usually really terrible. So we want to thank the folks at Riverside for allowing us to play around with the Riverside app. It's been really cool. Mo and I just send him a link, and he just click it, and he's on.
It, and we're rocking and rolling.
So how you been, bud?
Good. I've been very busy in work-wise, like the 9 to 5, but very good. I cannot complain one bit. And you, now that your season's in way full swing, you've been
super
busy. Swamped, and
super busy, which is nice. Keeping you busy is keeps the brain cooking, which is good.
It brings money in too.
Yeah, that always helps. Forget the brain. We gotta pay the rent.
Someone's gotta pay the bills, baby.
But I did get to shoot. I got to shoot in New York with my son today, which was great.
Yeah, you were telling me. He's
and it's gonna
following
be
in your footsteps, huh?
It's gonna be an upcoming episode, which I'm excited about. We both shot Fujifilm, and I shot a camera that was getting a little bit of neglect. I shot today the XE2, which is I bought on purpose when Fujifilm announced the XE4 for this reason. Look at the back of this camera. Hold on.
It has buttons.
Look at all the buttons.
All the buttons.
Is that crazy? Is that like excessive?
No, it's like a Marine Corps, blues jacket with all the buttons on it.
Isn't it amazing?
That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Not like the XT30. I'm not going to say any names.
Yeah, they got rid of the D-pad, which I'm so tired of talking about. But so I thought in this episode we would talk a little bit about upcoming cameras, and you could talk a little bit about you just picked up another camera, 2 cameras, 3 cameras if you include the phone.
What are you talking about? Easy.
I think we have to have an intervention.
Oh, says the man with 85 cameras.
Oh yeah, 12. By the way, 12. They're just they're so nice. I mean, look at this camera, this little X. Oh man,
that's still with the XT2 trends.
Yeah, X-Trans 2. This X70 is such a fun camera. Now, the only issue about this X70 is that it doesn't have an EVF. And I just saw a review with Chris Nichols, the DP review guys, on the Ricoh GR3. What are your thoughts on that little camera?
It's one of those cameras I've never physically used, but I've always wanted to get my hands on. But it goes against my shooting philosophy of my looking through the viewfinder snobbery.
Yeah, you're a super man. Guys, if you ever shot with Mo, this is kind of what you see, those of you on the YouTube. Yeah, like constant.
And with the lens cap on. That's how I roll, son.
I'm a little different. I go between... that's what's great about this XE2 is the view. Look where the viewfinder is, so you can kind of use both eyes like this.
Nice.
I go between that because you can kind of see people walking, like peripheral vision, and then the other one is holding it out and looking at the EVF, EVF, looking at the LCD.
You know what's weird? I'm left-handed and I'm also left eye, so
is that why you're so weird?
I am weird, so I tend to always have my right eye blocked because if it's a rangefinder style, it's over here on the end.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I've always had my right eye covered. So it's so weird.
Doesn't your nose like touch all the buttons and stuff?
That's why I have my touchscreen stuff turned off.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It doesn't work for me.
I definitely turned all the touchscreen stuff off because it was moving the focus point around.
Yeah, that's a pain. I was so excited when I first got my camera that could do it, and then I was like, yeah, I gotta turn it off.
Yeah, let's talk about touch really quick because did any of your Nikon cameras have touch, like the 810 or any of them, the screens? No, they weren't. It wasn't around yet.
And now again, if it was a function, I don't remember using it on the 850, the 800. The
D850 was not a touchscreen, like for menus?
I do not recall it being a touchscreen. I don't ever
as a
recall.
photo channel, we should know all these things.
Well, no, it's an old... You know what? I didn't have that camera but like 6 months, and I never got really to fire it off because that was when I started deciding I'm going to retire because this thing is too heavy type of thing.
Yeah.
And I jumped into the Sony from there.
Got it. What I was going to say is we should talk a little bit about touchscreens because they're either done right or done kind of like where you turn it off. Mm-hmm. I felt like Fujifilm, I just turned it off because of that. Like my focus point was moving around too much. But man, the Nikon, the best, you can go through the menu. You know how like when you go through a menu, you use the directional pad and you're going through all the like listed items and it goes to the next page and you keep going? Mm-hmm. Nikon has a touch thing where you swipe up and it goes through the whole list, the next set.
Like iPhone style.
Totally. So if a menu has 4 pages, you just go foot, and you get to the last item. On Fujifilm, I'm like...
That's crazy.
With the D-pad button.
And on Sony, you can't even use it for anything other than touch to focus.
I know. Fujifilm, Sony doesn't even have touch. You're right. Like you can only use it to track.
Now, I don't know about the A7 III... A7S3. I don't know about that one, but because that one seemed to have gotten everything that
no
everyone
menu,
wanted.
no menu touch.
Okay.
I don't think.
So this one, I do keep the touch screen on for touch to focus when I'm recording myself.
What is this one for those?
I'm sorry, the A7C, the Sony A7C, the Master Blaster mini camera from Sony.
Full frame, great camera.
Itty bitty full frame, yeah.
But there's a couple of things I want to talk about in this video. Is a couple of things that interest both of us. The first one is the potential. We say potential because there's apparently some kind of chip shortage here in 2021 where no electronics are being released. Everything's back ordered.
Yep.
Have you seen anything that's back ordered that you want?
No. Other than no, because everything I think that's back ordered that I want is lens related.
Yeah, same here. One of them was a 40 millimeter pancake lens for the Sony. It's for the Nikon Z camera. Back ordered. It has not even.
When I came this past week, you let me borrow your 27 millimeter.
Oh yeah, have
you
used it?
I've never used it in my life. And when I used it, I said, if the new version of this is even faster and sharper, I would love it, because I love the focal length. I think the only problem I had with it was the minimum focus distance was a little
it's
more
not
than
really
I want.
for that. Yeah.
And besides that, though, it looks so small and compact on the
It's
XT4.
great. Yeah, it's great.
So I finally understood what you were talking about. So I went to go look at the new version, and it was like back ordered on everywhere. Unique Photo, B&H Photo, everywhere.
I would try to find one of these used because the new one is optically the same. And it's the same focus speed. They have the same technology. The only thing they did, which was better, was add the aperture ring. Yeah, I think it's weather sealed.
That one is the other one is weather sealed. The new one is weather sealed, right?
Yeah.
Which is if it's depending on how much it costs, because it just said out of stock. It didn't give me a price. If it was not too much more expensive, it would be a worthy upgrade. But if it's like, let's say it's $699, I'm gonna buy the used one $239. Obviously.
Yeah. That's a great lens. Now, going back to lenses, we'll talk about that in a second. There's some fun Tamron lenses that have come out, but we'll wait on that. Let's get back to the camera.
Right, the chip shortage. That's what.
Yeah. So I've been shooting. Those of you that haven't been around or haven't followed me, I have like 3 camera systems for my fun work. There is no fun work. No,
there is.
For my fun, I have Fujifilm. So I go out and do street photography with the Fujifilm. So get that out of the way. And then for my pro work, I've loved the Nikon Z6II's image quality so much. Like it matches what I was getting with my Canon 5D Mark II, which I used to love, look filmish, that I've been shooting that for my portrait sessions. But for my parties and events, the Sony is just so much easier to use. For reasons I'll probably get to in a future video that I'm working on. But so I've been shooting with the Nikon and the Sony, both, for portraits and events together. Mm-hmm. If a new Sony comes out, the Sony a7 IV, I have to kind of choose if I'm going to invest in a new Sony or if I'm just going to weed Sony out. And you also have a decision to make about your Sony a7C, I guess.
Right. Whether I'm going to keep it or jump on the better, the newer and better. Because while this is an amazing little camera, it does have a few things that would make it easy to move over to the 4.
Yeah, your big concern was one of them was
memory cards.
Memory cards.
Dual memory card slots. If the other one comes out with dual memory card slots at the high speed UHS2s.
Yeah.
Speed.
Yeah.
I'm definitely
All right, so let me ask you this, because I'm looking at the rumors. By the way, apparently like Sony rumors are like the least reliable. I think they're always, Jared Poland's always making fun of like Sony rumors.
Your name is Sony Rumors, and you don't know anything about Sony.
Yeah, he's like, they're about 4% right. But one of the things on Sony rumors, props to them for getting us something here, is that the card slots would be UHS-2 in one of the slots, and then the second one would be a CF Express card. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, while I understand how powerful the Express cards are, they're just so expensive.
They really are, man. And if you're shooting events, you got to get more than one.
First of all, I think if you're gonna jump into the next generation, don't give me one of each.
I know.
I mean, make both card slots equal, because then I don't have to keep buying two different types of cards.
Yeah, but the issue with that is you can, like, if you're in a bind, you could always find an SD card somewhere at a Best Buy or, at the bodega. But, yeah, well, those are some high-tech bodegas, I bet.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, Alfredo with the cat on the yard.
Yes. Hey, how's your aunt, man?
Yeah, ¿cómo está Titi? No, the memory cards are on the other side.
Yeah.
Next to the plátanos.
Yeah, exactly. By the plátano chips.
Oh, I
y
love
los limbers. Limbers.
Oh, limbers.
Yeah, what's your favorite limber flavor?
Oh, I go old school. Either you give me the bright red one that makes my whole face red, or you give me the coconut.
Cocoa, of course. Those of you that don't know, limber is a Puerto Rican frozen, they put it in a little plastic cup. And
it's either like a frozen Kool-Aid coconut flavor, or it's a frozen Kool-Aid cherry red flavor, or something like that.
It's just frozen fruit juice. Yeah.
And
but the coconut one is special because they put coconut on top, like the
fresh
coconut milk.
Coconuts, yes, and then
with
you have to
cinnamon.
scrape off that little.
Wait, we need a special effect for that. Let's see what we have here.
Stop it! Thank you.
All right. So, all right, that was a weird little transition there. We
were talking about how easy it was to get the memory cards.
Yeah, so I have two different memory cards in the Nikon Z6 II, and really when I'm going to transfer the images to my computer, I don't grab the Express card. I grab the little SD card and I plug it back into the computer. I just think SD cards are just more convenient for attaching to a laptop, or like if you have a slot, or if you have a reader of some kind. The readers are cheaper.
No, I ended up buying one just before I sold the D850, but for the first 4 or 5 shoots with it, I went just with the SD card because I was not spending $100-something.
Yeah.
After I had just spent $3+ grand on the D800.
Yeah,
D850.
you know what? The thing is, with photography, it's not going to ever be an issue. It's with 4K, 8K video, they need to have these cards.
Right.
So that's the problem. Is I wish that it's talking about the a7 IV that they would separate the lines, like just make it a photocentric camera, and then they have the A7S III, the 12 megapixel low light beast. Like, that's great. Every YouTuber, every filmmaker, kind of, run and gun filmmaker loves that camera.
Yeah. One of my video rants, one of my small videos was a rant about dear photography camera companies, and that was exactly one of the things I brought up. It was, please give me a camera so I can shoot photos with, and if I want a video camera, I'll buy a video camera.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, when did being a hybrid become a must?
I know, and it also jacks the price up of stuff. Like Fujifilm just came out with the GFX 50S, which is like a cheaper, medium format camera, and they kind of crippled. They gave it video, but they made it 1080p, which I'm totally cool with. But exactly what you just said. If you want a 4K beautiful camera that can do that, get that. That's for photographers. That camera.
I think the small size of these cameras is what's appealing to the prosumers that use these cameras for video. But realistically, how often do you flick one of your pro cameras to video? You as a photographer, you're not a videographer. You're a photographer. Yeah. When's the last time you just said, "Oh, I'm gonna go pull out my Nikon to do some video with it right now"?
Yeah, definitely nothing serious. But when we're on vacation, since I do home movies, I love to flick it, film a little bit of the waterfall, and then flick back to photo and work on photos. Mm-hmm. It's definitely like a different part of your brain. It's hard to shoot good video and good photos.
It is. That's one thing I do. I am enjoying with the little knowledge I have on the X-T4 so far. I do enjoy the stills. Movie flick.
Yeah, the rocker switch, very cool. And it saves your settings, right?
Right, it saves my settings. It comes in handy. I have so much to learn about video on the X-T4 because the lenses I have are bad at focusing. I'm not focusing, but you know,
if it's famous, Fujifilm, then yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That background.
Oh, it bounces.
Around.
Yeah.
So
I saw it in your Hoboken video.
Yeah.
I saw that
I saw it in Hoboken when I was filming it. I saw it. I'm like, look at that right there. It's just disgusting.
I used to talk with the Fujifilm, like, just do this, like, hey, I was gonna go, and the camera would be like,
who's that? What?
Okay, nothing. Yeah.
Can I have a sandwich? Yeah.
But I did notice in your video for the X-T4, you held up a lens cap and it grabbed it quick, like product mode, and then you brought it down and it grabbed your eye.
I saw that too. So like I said, like this camera, it's my homework assignment. I've just been too busy to actually sit there and have Martin Lang or someone tell me how to do the video on. I just combined like two people, right? Gordon Lang and Martin
Hilbert. Yeah, he's great.
Those are my boys, though. When it comes to video.
Yeah, there is one other guy, but he talks way too long. The guy who breaks down. Everything.
Dustin Abbott.
No, he's good. He gives a good review, that guy. I'm talking about that guy who's like a college course on the camera. Maven, bro.
Mike the Maven?
Yeah. He's excellent, but boy, he goes, it's like you look at the time on the video, you're like, is that 1 minute and 3 seconds? No.
2 hours.
No, it's 1 hour and 3 minutes.
It's a 4-day course in 2 hours. Let's go. Bring your sandwiches.
Yeah, he's like, okay, in today's lesson, we're just going to talk.
Like, when Tony Northrup sees his video, he's like, come on.
Yeah. Hey, I got a little secret hack on how to get through a Northrup video.
I didn't know we needed hacks.
Yeah, you need a life hack. Ready? Now, there's certain YouTubers you can double the speed of, or like Gerald Undone, you cannot double the speed of, or you will forget it. Your head will explode because he talks so fast.
And with so much information, too.
Yeah, so Northrup does something that as like a teaching device you shouldn't do for your audience. He puts up a PowerPoint slide and it has everything written on it already. Mm-hmm. So you as the viewer, you actually know everything he's going to talk about. So you can scrub through his slides and know everything he's going to say already. Gotcha. As opposed to, you know how like when you're watching a PowerPoint presentation, everything's hidden. One bullet at a time. He doesn't do that. Bloop. So yes, if he wanted to sort of hook you along, he would hide his bullets. But all I do is scrub through, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's it.
But you know what? My hack is better. I really don't watch him. So
the ultimate Northrup hack, yo, that was roasted.
I'm kidding in a way because if
I know why you watch his videos.
If his wife's around,
I know why
I might check it out.
Okay, let's talk YouTube crushes. I have a YouTube crush on someone.
Okay.
Her name's Julia Truddy. Do you know Julia Truddy?
Yes, I know her because of you.
Yeah, yeah. She's an excellent photographer, and she does beautiful portraits. But like when she speaks, I'm just like, oh.
And how about the bike girl though? The girl
Oh,
with the
Norley?
same motorcycle?
Yeah, yeah.
Or-
No. Her I find inspirational, and I love
gotcha.
her for what she does. I don't have like a crush on her.
Okay. I have her, Miss Northrop, which is a no-no. And then there's a guy who reviews iPhone cases, screen protectors, and stuff like that. It's Mobile Reviews A, EEH at the end.
You have a crush on him?
No, he's brought in a new assistant over the last year that used to be just a hand model, but he actually brought her to the front of the screen. I'm like, dude, why were you waiting all this time
Oh,
to bring her
wow.
to
Views.
I'm like, for instance, I watch you anyway. Now I'm gonna watch you more. I'm just saying.
All right, if you had to have a man crush here.
I would say Manny Ortiz.
Really?
For two reasons. I do like the way his beard shapes up, right? And two, knowing his inner demons that he's putting up these videos with,
Yeah, he's talked about his introvertness, yeah.
it gives me another level of respect. You know?
All right, I got one for it. I got two man crushes.
Right.
Flossie Carter.
Of course.
I would
That's
love to
automatic.
hang out with him, yeah.
No, you don't. You would go to jail that night.
And then number two is Marquez Brownlee. I think
Oh.
he is just so intelligent and well-spoken, and he's he seems so chill that you would...
That's why I wouldn't want to hang out with him. He is like uber next level intelligent, chill.
Oh, you
where
would
I
feel
find like
intimidated?
I might annoy him, you know, because
I don't think I'm smart enough to hang out with him either.
something like that. Like, you know, he knows everything about what he knows, and that's
Yeah.
important. While I would just be like tripping over myself to try to be in a conversation, you know, I would embarrass myself.
Oh my god, that would be like a hilarious cocktail party.
Okay, that's it. Oh, so what do you think about the Snap chick, her evolution? Have you ever followed her? Or
Yeah.
seen
Oh my god, have you seen her most viewed videos?
her? Or back in the days?
Yeah, back in the day.
When she was
I
the
clicked.
Snap chick, you know, and now she's like the Snap madame, you know. She's more evolved, educated, calmer, more
I
dressed.
have to think that it really must be hard for women in a male-dominated, you know, sort of tech and photo, and also like watching and obsessing over gear. She must have gotten a lot of views in the beginning of men, right? Like it must just have been mostly men. And do you think, like, at one point she said she wants to be known for her photography skills?
I think if you ask me my personal opinion, I think her and her husband must have sat down and discussed it. Like, I think we need to move your platform into a different direction.
More professional, yeah.
Right.
For those of you
Less-
that don't know, the Snap Chick, her thumbnails were, it was just a lot of like, you know, body showing, and she's just super gorgeous. So you click on the video, but then when she's doing her tutorial, she's like bent over a like pool table and talking about depth of field. It was almost like she was doing it on purpose, tongue in cheek, funny. Like, hey, you horn dogs out there,
This
we're
is the
going to
only
learn
way
about photography.
Only way I can get you to watch and learn something at the same time.
Exactly. So what she was doing was almost like it was funny when you think about it, and I think she knew what she was doing. One of her tutorials was like in a hot tub. You know?
Oh goodness, no camera was involved at all.
I shouldn't really generalize gender-wise, but in a male-dominated camera sort of space, it's got to be a battle with that they have to decide.
Right. I think to your point, if you're a female, you got one challenge, right? If you're not an attractive male, you have another challenge. You better bring your game with it.
Yeah.
If your beard is a little gray, you got more struggles, you know? So
Yeah. We
I
all have our issues for
yeah,
sure.
You don't have enough hair, you know. People will filter their video watching by what they want to look at before what they want to listen to. Some people can super pass that though.
Well, let's talk about Chelsea, for example, which you have an internet crush on, apparently. Do you remember her role early on?
Wasn't she the model and the
She was just the
camera
model.
girl? Yeah.
She didn't speak,
No.
and it was Northrop using her as like the model, and I remember her being like, "Wow, she's a beautiful model," and she's great on the I'd watch the Northrops for her when they do their podcast.
Right. I think she is the level setter in the group. Like she will keep it more balanced
Keep it
than he
more
does.
balanced, more real. And
Yeah.
she's also a little ghetto, which I love.
Yeah, like she's not afraid. It's like stupid.
Yeah. And she also didn't get credit. Like, F-stoppers will grab a Northrop video and just mention him,
Well,
Tony
she still
Northrop.
does that. Yeah,
She's like, what the hell? I created the video.
right. Yeah,
You know?
she'll have long talks on her Instagram about that, which
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going, "Oh, Bendito, I'm so sorry."
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, I bet.
Aw, Bendito.
I don't know. There's all levels, of course.
There's all those. Speaking of levels, what other rumors did you hear about the Sony A7 IV?
Oh yeah, let's get back to that. All right, so what are your thoughts on apparently a new 33 megapixel sensor as opposed to the existing 24?
I think 33 is still in a very usable area. I think anything between 24 to 36, I'm in.
Yeah.
Anything more than 36, it's just too much file space for me and my personal needs, and I don't need that much detail for what I do.
Yeah, have you heard of like there's like this plug-in for Lightroom called it's like JPEG shrinker or something, shrinkage?
No.
It's figured out a way to take your JPEG file, which is huge, and compress it to really small, but the quality is amazing. And cameras can do this there's compression that can be done to the files.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be great, the 33 megapixels, if we can have a choice to either use less resolution. I like when, like my Nikon, you can choose a large, a medium, or a small. It's nice if you can kind of pick what resolution you need.
That lossless compression type of thing?
No, it's actually different. The compression, if we compress 33 megapixels, it's a smaller file, but when you open up the picture, it's still 33 megapixel. It's still like big.
Gotcha. So I got you. So you
As
change the
opposed
dimensions.
to yes, as opposed to if you're going to shoot raw. I always use this example like a little league game for the parents, but you want to shoot it in raw because it's kind of like too bright out.
Mm-hmm.
But you're shooting bursts of kids running. You're not going to shoot 33 megapixels. You could shoot it in 16.
Right.
Because you're going to deliver that raw those JPEGs to parents. So Nikon still uses the small, medium, large, but Sony, Canon, and Fuji have gone to just compressing.
Gotcha.
So that's a feature that I would love to see in Sony, but they're probably going to stick to their...
Yeah, I remember that, where it would give you the 2800 by 4400.
And I used to make you shoot to the lower one when you had your 810, one of those. I'm like, you don't have to give me 71 megabyte files, man.
Like, oh, you take them and you love them. You like it big, Poppy.
Good thing you didn't overshoot like me. Okay, 4K 30, which is fine. I don't need 4K 60, although the XT4 does 4K 60.
Yeah, but we don't need 4K at all. Again, make it a photographic camera. But that's never going to happen.
I like 4K 30. Yeah, it says 4K 30. That has to be in the camera because it's in the Sony A7 III.
You don't care about jumping up to 60? And it won't make a difference in your life?
I don't shoot slow-mo and that stuff. I mean,
Right.
I would like it if they had it, but I think it would be hypocritical for me to say that. Keep the price down, and if I want a 4K 60, I'll get a video camera.
Exactly.
This one is good. 5.5 stops of IBIS. That is what the Nikon Z6 II has, and I don't like the IBIS on the Sony cameras. It's still too shaky.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you think 5.5 Sony would equal something like the Nikon?
Yeah,
would
I don't think so.
No. I think because everyone does their own things very well. Sony kicks the crap out of focus, right?
So much. Yeah.
But they've always bragged about their IBIS. It's
And,
like me
it's
bragging
shaky,
about my
right?
combs,
Have you used the A7C for bragging about my combs?
No.
Sony A7C for video?
I've used it for walk around video. No.
Walk around? No.
No.
I
I'm not a
used
walk
it.
around
It's
guy
decent.
either. I'm not
Yeah.
a walk around guy. No. That's the problem.
I see you're kind of shy. I saw in your last GoPro video there was like something going by and you
A
were
dude
like,
walked by.
you're like,
I gotta go.
all right, I'm talking to myself here.
Abort.
I'm going in the car.
I'm getting better though. Yesterday I was in a farmer's market and I pulled out the GoPro for the first time to use it, and I was talking in front of a bunch of people, feeling the pressure,
Yeah.
but still talking.
Yeah,
you
same
know?
here. You can see them going by, but you're like, The goal is to be like Casey from Camera Conspiracies, who's running across the street like an idiot. And
This is my kit, so
that's small.
yeah. So now it's bigger. See?
Yeah, that's cute. You could get away with that. No one really cares. Once you get past that no one really cares thing, they'll look at you and then that's it. They just want to see if you're famous. And then, since you're not,
Marcus. That ain't Flossie.
is that Ice Cube there?
No,
oh no, it's Moe.
That's just fine.
Oh, I love. Is it here? It's not here. It's here. I don't need to grab it. I made a video on it. The Sony A7C's that stabilization, the active stabilization is amazing.
What camera?
The Sony ZV-1.
There you go. All right, yeah, because the A7C, no, I would use the Catalyst software before I use the actual stabilization. So what about that camera that you were just talking about?
Love it. The A7C. Sorry, damn it. The ZV-1.
Okay.
The ZV-1 has it's such a great little form factor, and it's just become like our camcorder again, a home movie camera. So I've been doing video and interviews of the kids again. How was your day at school? You know, like my son running track, that kind of thing. And then also I've shot a couple of YouTube videos with it, and it's perfect because it goes right in your pocket. And with the wireless Go on it, it's got great audio. You know,
Yeah, how's the battery life on it?
Decent. Like I was out and I shot for half an hour shooting my video. It's about, I think, like an hour if you're turning it on and turning it off and videoing. It could go for like over an hour.
And for your personal stuff, 1080 good enough, or do you kick it up to 4K?
It's a great question. I compared the 1080p and the 4K, and I might start shooting that camera in 1080p. It looks good enough. Like, it looks good, and the lens goes wider if you shoot in 1080p. So
Because some cameras 4K downsample to 1080 output.
I think that's what it's doing. Yeah, I have to research that, but you brought an excellent point. I put them side by side, and I was kind of like, yo, the 1080p looks pretty good.
Yo, tell him, son. Tell
It
him.
looks
Respect.
filmish. Yeah.
Respect.
All right, I'll finish with these. And the last one is, I don't think it's going to happen. This is a crazy rumor that the camera will have a full-size HDMI. That's insane. That would be wonderful.
I mean, with that express memory card, will there be room for a full size?
And they're going to skip, they're going to go from micro, they're going to skip mini, they're going to like full-size HDMI? That's such a stupid rumor.
We'll show. We'll show. Yeah,
There's no way. So I think that rumor's dumb. That one's not going to happen. I would love, like the Nikon Z6 II has. It's got a mini HDMI. That mini HDMI is so much better than micro, man. The micro one is awful. What is that? Oh, it's a drum roll. Okay. Yes.
The iPhone 13 Pro Max.
Boring.
You know what?
Boring.
I think this is my new favorite pocket camera, though. They've gotten rid of their warm issues where everything was warm, and now everything is like a really nice color balance. I'm telling you.
Oh, that's good.
I think if you're looking to upgrade from the 11 or earlier, jump on it. If you have the 12, don't do it.
They look nice. They look pretty. You know what I would love to see from Apple is like a rugged phone. I love their phones and they're beautiful. Like their design is gorgeous, but they're kind of like heavy and glassy. That's why you stick it right on a case and you put a. But how cool if they come out with a rugged phone, right? That can take abuse. Like you could throw it and jerry rigs everything, can't even get through it.
But the whole thing is, think of this like they're the Gucci of the phones. They're not the Land Rovers of phones. Where the Land Rovers, you could take that car anywhere, right? And it still looks fantastic. That's not what they are. They're Gucci, not Land Rover.
But if they're Gucci, then what? Everyone has Gucci? They're not Gucci. They're more like...
They're Gucci with different levels. Like you could have the pocket purse, right?
The change.
Or you can have the full-blown suit, you know?
Do you think that an iPhone is a style status kind of thing? Or everyone has one because that's just what's known? They came out first. That's the easiest thing to buy for someone.
I think if you're an Apple fanboy and you see someone who doesn't have an Apple phone, or you get green bubbles on your text messaging, you're snobbish. You're first thing
Well,
you
of
do
course,
is
but I'm talking about moms, dads, grandmoms, everyone in between the world. Don't they have iPhones mostly?
they have iPhones because of simplicity of use.
Yeah.
While those in the status uh, demographic, they have it for status. They feel
Really?
better. They feel better having an iPhone in their pocket than a
Oh my God! I
9
definitely
or
don't
whatever.
subscribe to any of that. I
Well,
love.
you're different. You're
Well,
different.
I have it in a case. My favorite phone is this Pixel 5. Now I have the 5A as well, but the 5, I love that it's like it's like plastic. It's like
It's a metal back with that plastic painted coating.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like I'm gonna break it, kind of thing. Even though it's a cheap phone, I like just using it as it's not rugged, but I don't need to put a case on it.
As amazing as that phone is, it takes amazing photos. It has
Battery life.
It has an amazing battery life. It has an amazing software experience, and it's hundreds of dollars cheaper than an iPhone 12
Yeah.
basic model. But do you know how many people know about the phone you just showed them?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No.
And that's what Google is struggling with. My
Right.
gosh. That's why the billboards and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why.
I think
tell
by
you.
law I'm supposed to mention that I'm on Team Pixel. This was a gift from Google.
Yes, like the
But
socks.
I'm not required to use it. I just started using it, and it's
You
weird.
love
I've
it.
converted to like Android.
Yes, because you are now a green bubble in my life.
Oh, that's so funny. And you're like judging me.
Yeah.
But isn't it funny that I put my SIM card back in my iPhone 11, which is a great phone. I have the yellow iPhone 11, and I just felt like lost on the iPhone 11. Like there were too many apps open or something. You know what I'm saying? You're
That's
not even
an Android.
listening to me.
I am
You got
listening.
this
There's
weird.
too many apps open. I heard you. This is the granddaddy of Android right now. So that is
What's that?
the Samsung S21 Ultra, which is the best non-folding phone right now.
50 megapixel camera.
The 100 megapixel camera.
I did my ZV-1 video, and people were saying like in a few years that just on the phone will be like the ZV-1, and I totally disagree for one reason. I'm going to show it to you. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
This. Wait.
The memory?
Focus. Right there.
Because of the memory?
The memory card. Like, to me, putting the videos on a card and having a backup and storing and moving a physical, it's not even physical, it's still digital. But what do you do on your phone? Like, everyone has to have the cloud unless there's a SD card.
I will now destroy your argument.
Okay, go.
Apple will make it sooner or later where people won't even need memory cards in their cameras because phones will have enough memory built into them that you don't worry about a memory card. And everything
But I'm
will
talking transfer.
No, but listen to me. Everything is moving to a non-contact method. They have the MagSafe, the Mag chargers, right, where everything is not really plugged in anymore. And that's where Apple is taking us. And remember, ultimately, wherever Apple finally points is where the rest of the herd goes.
That's true.
They got rid of headphones. Let's go back to that.
Yeah,
Those bastards got rid of headphones. I love headphones,
I know. Hey,
I
the
love
5A, the Google 5A has a headphone jack.
but not the full 5.
Not
Why?
the 5. It's so
Why?
dumb. They should have. I hate dongles.
I hate dongles. I got enough dongles in my life. All right, get off my phone, bro.
All right, let me see if I can outro us here with Riverside. Thank you. Check out Riverside.fm. That's right, Riverside.fm. Thank you guys for hooking us up with the Riverside app here, and we love it so far. All right, let's see if we can go away with this. All right, this will be some good outro music. What do you think? All right, we'll see you guys next time.
I feel like a Muppet.